Stack Overflow has been a staple of the development community for as long as I've been programming, and chances are, as long as you've been programming too. Stack Overflow has been the place we go to for answers to problems. But recently, that has changed. There's been a massive decrease in traffic going to Stack Overflow since a specific product was released. You're probably familiar with it. ChatGPT, or as the normal of us like to call it, ChatGPT by OpenAI. ChatGPT made it way easier to find solutions to problems, but the chaos to get there and the way they trained it and all these other things are controversial at best. And once you get into the world of hallucinations, they're destructive at worst. It seems like Stack Overflow saw the writing on the wall here, and rather than just let the death happen, they're going to try and fight back. And they're doing such in a very interesting way, a way that I happen to see on Twitter here, a partnership I certainly did not expect. We're thrilled to announce we're partnering with OpenAI to bring best-in-class technical knowledge and the world's most popular LLM models for AI development together. This groundbreaking partnership with OpenAI will drive our mission to empower the world to develop technology through our collective knowledge. Ooh boy. We got to read this, and then I got to drop some spicy takes because I have feelings about this, as I'm sure y'all guessed, so you're here after all. Stack Overflow and OpenAI partner to strengthen the world's most popular LLMs. They're calling it the world's most popular LLMs instead of the best. It says a lot. It's interesting that it's a New York and San Francisco joint announcement because of the different teams at different places. Stack Overflow and OpenAI today announced a new API partnership that will empower developers with the collective strengths of the world's leading knowledge platform for highly technical content with the world's most popular LLM models for AI development. Interesting piece here is that it's an API partnership. Very, very interesting. OpenAI and Stack Overflow are coming together via Overflow API access to provide OpenAI users and customers with the accurate and vetted data foundations that AI tools need to quickly find a solution to a problem so that technologists can stay focused on priority tasks. OpenAI will also surface validated technical knowledge from Stack Overflow directly into ChatGPT, giving users easy access to trusted, attributed, accurate, and highly technical knowledge and code backed by the millions of developers that have contributed to the Stack Overflow platform for 15 years. They forget a space there. What's with these big announcements and the absolute chaos with the copy? Like, what? At least we know it wasn't AI generated because an AI wouldn't make that mistake. Zing. Anyways. OpenAI will utilize Stack Overflow's Overflow API product and collaborate with Stack Overflow to improve model performance for developers who use their products. This integration will help OpenAI improve its AI models using enhanced content and feedback from the Stack Overflow community and provide attribution to the Stack Overflow community within ChatGPT to foster deeper engagement with content. This is why they're doing it. The attribution. If you've ever searched for something that's a little more modern than what ChatGPT has in their model, it goes and it does a Bing search. Let's give a quick example of what team has won the most Super Bowls. This one, it has within its knowledge model, so they can calculate this by looking at the existing knowledge it has and calculating that the Pittsburgh Steelers are the ones that have won the most. But we do something more specific, like who's the most recent football player to be transferred to the Patriots. Now it's going to search the web, and it does this by searching through Bing. Usually they credit Bing directly, but for once they didn't. This whole search system, though, it's going through Bing to do it. They'll sometimes credit it directly there, sometimes they won't. The core point here, the important piece, is that they're searching the internet if it's data that doesn't exist in their existing model. So they already are doing this. They don't include all of Stack Overflow in their model. So if you ask it a programming question that might exist right now on top of Stack Overflow's data, they can check that first before generating an incorrect answer. These things make it much less likely that hallucinations occur because they're not going to hallucinate the data they don't have. They're going to go try and find it. And if the data exists, awesome, good time. If the data doesn't, hallucination time. Anyways, the other point of this collaboration, Stack Overflow will utilize the OpenAI models as part of their development of Overflow AI and will work with OpenAI to leverage insights from internal testing to maximize the performance of OpenAI models. OpenAI's partnership with Stack Overflow will help further drive its mission to empower the world to develop technologies through collective knowledge, as Stack Overflow will be able to create better products that benefit the Stack Exchange community's health, growth, and engagement. That's a lot of words for saying that our AI sucked and using OpenAI is going to make our AI better. Learn from as many languages, cultures, subjects, and industries as possible to ensure that our models can serve everyone. The developer community is particularly important to the both of us. Our deep partnerships with Stack Overflow will help us enhance the user and developer experience on both our platforms, said Brad Lightcap, the CEO of OpenAI. The number of votes people actually participating is going down a ton. Posts are going down quite a bit too. These numbers are scary. It's no secret that Stack Overflow is a corpse walking at this point. We're just waiting till it dies. So this partnership obviously makes a bunch of sense. The time for Theo spicy takes. I have two of them. The first one I want to drop, I'm actually stealing from our friend Rise here, who, if you're not already familiar, is the creator of Answer Overflow, which is a way to take things being handled in Discord, like questions and answers, and put them on the web for anyone to see so they can be search indexed, etc. There's a lot of reasons that this makes more sense than Stack Overflow. I could say them myself, or I could grab his. I'm biased, but it really seems like Discord is the end of Stack Overflow. The problem with Stack Overflow is that you don't get to have a good overview of your community. It's all scattered about. The community effect of Discord is really powerful. I very much agree, as well as the back and forth nature being live-ish and a more friendly to others participating experience. I think Discord absolutely was the start of the downfall here, and it makes a lot of sense that ChatGPT has just accelerated it massively. My other spicy take is a little more existential, because I don't just think that this is Stack Overflow that matters. I think this has existential risk to the entire internet and all of information. I know, crazy reach. Hear me out. I drew this diagram as soon as the news came out because I felt strongly. OpenAI got good by taking data from all sorts of different places, Stack Overflow, Reddit, news sites, Twitter, etc., and then training their model on that data. All of the data from those places had existing systems for ranking and validating trust. If something's being posted on a news site, chances are it's accurate. If something's being posted on Reddit, chances are it's a human, not a bot. If something has a lot of upvotes, chances are it's good, not bad. As AI starts to be used to create this content and flood these places, as we get more news articles being generated by ChatGPT, as we get more answers on Stack Overflow being generated by OpenAI models, as these sources stop being sources of human validated and curated information, and they start being a dumping ground for ChatGPT responses, what do we train on? This is the existential failure that I think we're running into really, really quickly. This is reminiscent of Kessler syndrome. If you're not familiar, it's the scenario, it's a theoretical scenario, but very potentially real, of a certain level of junk being outside of our atmosphere in orbit around Earth that even at tiny sizes is moving so fast that if we try to shoot a rocket off Earth, some garbage is going to fly straight through it and destroy the thing. There is an existential threat to our ability to travel in space, where if we have too much garbage surrounding our planet, we can no longer leave Earth. This is a very real existential problem that we worry about a bunch in the space world. And we're about to do the same thing to the internet. We're going to flood the internet with so much junk that we can't really do anything about, that we no longer have the data that we need to train better models. By going to space, we create trash that makes it harder to go to space. By creating AI, we're creating trash that makes it harder to build better AI. It feels weirdly similar to me, and I'm very stressed that we're going in that direction right now. It's possible we're going to have like an epoch date for when AI was introduced, where all content before it was probably human generated, and all content after it is potentially, if not likely, to be AI generated. There's a potential massive mess here about to happen. And there's no way for us to really fingerprint the data that ChatGPT generates. We don't know what came from the AI versus came from a human. We don't even know which humans the AI is sourcing most of the time. This is part of why this change is good. As I showed before with ChatGPT, it's sourcing real places to get this data is a lot better than hallucinating, and makes it easier for us to go back and see where these answers came from. And Stack Overflow leaning in this direction with them as well is nice. But it's just one step, and the existential risk is still very much here. This could kill trusted news sources, and a hallucination could permeate to the point where we don't know which information we can trust. This is already sowing distrust all over the world. This is just making it possibly go even further. This might also kill the possibility of something like a new programming language from being able to exist. Because if your programming language only has questions and answers that are answered after the point of AI takeover, AI might hallucinate a bunch of things about your language that aren't there and make it way harder to adopt, document, teach, and learn these new languages. There are all sorts of things that this creates an existential threat to. And I don't think we talk about this part enough. As great as AI tools and technologies are, and as much as I use and recommend and genuinely enjoy them, the idea of the cyclic feeding in the AI into the places we're training, just diluting the entire internet and all of information, is a very real problem that I'm scared of. And I'm curious if you are too. Let me know in the comments. Am I overreacting, or is this a real existential threat to information as a whole? Let me know. And until next time, peace, nerds.